Well, this week's so important to free men of color that there's going to be a movie made of it in the 1980s called Glory, because it's the Second Battle of Fort Wagner. Ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Spoiler. Doesn't go great. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. Let's raise a cup to Prospector Johnny. He's my very best friend. He's always here. Johnny!
The war's
over. Still
over.
not over. No, it's still not over.
What?
Still not over. I'm sorry.
Why are you doing that? Why would you do that to me? I'm cheering
you,
seemed like
Johnny.
it was over.
I'm cheering you. Cheers to Prospector. You survived Morgan's raid.
Freemason, Johnny.
Freemason.
Now, I think.
Like what is it?
For at least a week or two until he gets farther away.
Does it? I don't know if it starts low or goes. I think it starts low. You're probably first degree still.
I am whatever I had to pay to not get all my stuff robbed.
Johnny, this week's going to open up on the 17th with Union cavalry charge in Indian territory out in Oklahoma, of all places.
Why?
At a small little area called Honey Springs, Union General James Blunt is going to attack Brigadier General Douglas Cooper. There's going to be the largest battle in the region, and by largest, I mean the Union had 3,000 men, the Confederates had 6,000, so this is not a large battle.
Why aren't we doing anything there? Why aren't they just chilling? I'm west. I get west of the Mississippi, and they're still saying do military shit. No, fuck out of here. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to just chill out.
Nothing that happens west of the Mississippi is going to have any impact on this war at all, ever.
Nothing.
Especially now that your country's literally cut in half. Like, it's definitely not going to have any impact on it now.
Y'all done. Maybe if we were down in Texas, I guess, but
fighting's over in Texas for the most part, too, so whatever.
Yeah, so,
Union forces.
How's Oklahoma doing?
The Union forces are going to consist of some free men of color, with Confederates using some Native American troops. So this is white people making brown people fight for them.
Great. Okay. Well, that's fun.
The end result is a Union victory because the rebels ran out of ammunition.
That's not surprising.
Both sides are going to suffer.
You think? I mean, they probably had the ammunition that they were sent out there with.
Oh yeah, for the whole war.
I don't think they probably got resupplied at any point ever.
No.
And so they spent 3 years or however many years there just shooting shit in the friggin' desert. Or wherever they're, I don't know. What is it? Desert? Grass?
Oklahoma. It's plain. It's very hot plains. I don't think it's considered desert. It's Oklahoma.
Well, it's close to desert anyway. Shooting cactus and shit.
Sure.
I don't know. But yeah, so of course they ran out of ammo.
They ran out of ammo. The battle's over. 200 casualties ish, between like 200 and 500 ish on both sides.
Total casualties.
Nobody wrote this shit down. Nobody cared. Like nobody cared. This is nobody cared. On the 18th, we have the second assault on Fort Wagner, Johnny. This is a 6,000-man frontal assault that goes as well as the first one did.
Which was great.
Not great.
We won the war there. No, that's right.
So Colonel Shaw of the 54th Massachusetts, who's been engaged in pretty decent combat over the last couple of weeks, his troops hasn't had all that much time to rest and recuperate, decides that he wants to make an example of his free men of color, saying that we are capable as white men, and we're going to lead this charge. And the commanding officers are like, "Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You guys have been fighting. Like, why don't you can sit this one out?" Colonel Shaw's, "No, we're going to fight." And it's going to cost Colonel Shaw his life.
Oh.
Because just like the first assault of Fort Wagner, they get like the first line of parapets, and that's about it. They can't hold it. And that's the battle of the second. If you want to know specific details, go watch. We did an episode. We did a thing. Go watch that thing. We did a thing on the movie, Gettysburg, or Glory, not Gettysburg, Glory. And we did a whole episode on the Battle of Fort Wagner. Go watch.
We're talking about this so much, and I still barely remember it. But
yeah,
basically they sent a bunch of free men of color to die. But they were excited to do it.
Sure did.
And shoes. There were shoes involved.
There were shoes involved, yes.
Or lack of shoes.
Lack of shoes. Union's going to lose 246 killed, 880 wounded, and 389 missing, to only 36 Confederate killed.
Movie made it seem like thousands of people died.
Yeah, the movie made it seem like thousands of people died. 36 Confederates are going to die, 133 wounded and 5 missing.
36?
That's very
embarrassing.
Lopsided.
That's bad.
6,000 man frontal assault does not knock off the 1,785 total garrisoned there.
Woof.
We didn't even make a dent in that. That's a very embarrassing. Very embarrassing
That's
loss
so
here.
bad. But if I were on the
here,
south
Johnny.
side, I would just say that's a expertly defended position. So
Expertly defended position. Potentially good news here, Johnny. Morgan has Union forces closing in on him, and his attempts to cross into Kentucky are foiled by a Union redoubt, which is a small little fort. He tries to cross Kentucky. Oh, fuck, there's a fort there! And
there's
can't
people.
cross there.
Yeah.
On the 19th,
Oh,
Union
no,
forces are
somebody's
going to
got
gain...
guns. They've got guns.
And Johnny, Union forces are going to gain some revenge on Morgan when he attempts to cross into Kentucky for the second time and gets assaulted by Union forces. He's going to lose 820 men, including, well, there's 700 that are captured, so he loses 120, but 820 total, 700 of them are captured, surrender,
And then
all
he
that fun
is
stuff.
then arrested and
he
thrown in
has, no, he gets to leave. He's got about 300 men total remaining, but they're headed towards Pennsylvania.
Why,
most of
Tommy?
them.
Why are they still allowed? Why just...
Johnny, I don't know. He's going to attempt to head over to Pennsylvania with Meade. Now,
with 300 people?
Yeah,
a tenth of his.
Yep. Meade is going to attempt to get at Lee by crossing the Potomac himself. So we'll see how that goes as this week progresses. And Johnny the 20th is going to see Morgan lose more of his men in a skirmish near Hyanport, Ohio. So he's still not got though.
But it still hasn't gotten the middle. He's lost.
He's lost. He's not in Pennsylvania.
All of his men. He's rolling around with like a gang of a couple dozen by now.
At this point,
right?
yeah. The USS Shawnee is going to capture 5 dirty rebel schooners, pirate schooners, near Cedar Island, North Carolina. So more dirty rebel shit's getting captured. This seems to be okay so far this week. Several New York merchants are going to meet to discuss relief for free men of color that were affected during the draft riots. Hey, you know what? Good on them.
Well, hold up. Back
Good on
up.
them.
They're if you don't
Wealthy
remember,
merchants,
the draft riots
they're
attacked,
meeting.
the draft office, then the rich, and then the black folks who are not rich. So they are now going to try to...
They're pulling up some of their money to help
them?
rebuild the church and orphanage that was destroyed. So good. That's actually
Good on them. That's fantastic.
Probably the best thing I've ever heard from a rich man ever. Like, that's good.
That's how you should spend your money.
News.
That's how you be rich and not get your shit burned.
Burned, yeah, right? Busy day today, Johnny, as even more news. 33 members of the Cincinnati Chamber of Commerce are going to be expelled for refusing to take oaths of loyalty to the Union.
Ohio, what are you doing? You were just... What? All right. People of Ohio, y'all don't matter. Your state doesn't matter. Nothing you do in this war matters. You're not being attacked. You're not I mean, sure, you probably got some people going out. But good God, could y'all settle down? Just fucking chill out. Like, you're nothing. What are you doing?
Settle down, Ohio. You're right, Johnny. Settle down, Ohio.
Chill the fuck out.
On the 21st, Johnny, Meade's forces are going to skirmish with rebels in Blue Ridge Mountain. But no serious fighting. But they're, like Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
I never heard it.
I should patent that.
Did you make that
Sounds
up?
like a good song. Yeah, I just made it up on the spot. Yep, sure did.
Sounds like it's fine.
While Trader President Davis is going to write a letter to Lee saying that he is concerned for the losses that he took at Gettysburg, and he's going to inform Lee that, hey, maybe move to Charleston because it seems like Charleston's about ready to be fucked up.
Yeah, why don't you go lose there too?
Probably. Morgan is again going to lose more troops on the 22nd when he engages in a skirmish with Union forces at Eagleport.
How many does he have left?
Not captured, though. Like dozens. That's about it. And Meade is going to order his 3rd Corps underneath Major General French to take Manassas Gap so that they can then directly attack Lee's retreating column. So
we're going
Meade's
after
got a good plan here.
Right?
He sees Lee's retreating column. He's going to go through the Blue Ridge Mountains, through the Manassas Gap, get behind, or in front of the retreating forces, and hit him there. At least knocking out
as
one
they're
corps is
funneling in.
As they're funneling in. At least get one corps as his goal. Good plan.
Okay.
You could have got the whole army had you moved
But why would we want to do that? We want
but
this
that's
war to go
water
on
on the
forever,
bridge.
Lieutenant Tommy.
Water on the bridge.
We love this.
Water on the bridge. Fortunately, that attack doesn't go great on the 23rd. French fails to break through the Manassas Gap and Blue Ridge Mountains in a quick enough time. He does break through, but it's after...
But they already gone.
Yeah. Longstreet's already able to break through. Hill's already able to move south. And that just leaves your corps, who's there to defend the rear guard, and is able to defend long enough for Ewell himself to leave. So the entire Lee's army is able to get through, and we're not able to do...
So now we just got a whole bunch of pissed off soldiers who had to double time it through some mountains to try to get it, and they didn't.
And they didn't. That's how the week's going to end.
That's going to be good for morale. Love that.
Yay, Meade. He's the best. Well, we'll see what Meade fucks up next week. So stay tuned. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We talk about all kinds of fun things, like bombs going off at casinos and emus getting murdered because they were eating too much wheat, or pigs that started a war because they ate a fucking potato or some shit. Check out our stuff. All kinds. There's hundreds of videos you guys can watch to be entertained or make fun of us for. Whatever you choose. Just watch us. Please watch us. I don't want to work anymore. And I put in so much work to this. Let this be my job, please.